fire chief has been exposed, racist and homophobic. He is no more in that position. And that entire community is looking for new emergency services across the board for fire and rescue. Let's put up his picture full mass here. Okay. North Carolina. The commissioners of a North Carolina county voted 6-1 to terminate its service contract with this particular fire chief, okay? He was accused of making racist and homophobic comments at a Mexican restaurant. An investigation was launched after some of this former chief's remarks were captured on surveillance video. His name is Shannon Worrell, okay? On July 24th, this fire chief and staff members disagreed and on gratuity being added to the restaurant bill, saying that he was charged twice since he already left cash on the table. Restaurant manager Adam Velasquez said that his restaurant policy to add gratuity for party 6 or more. Everybody knows this, by the way. The first thing I heard was him talking about my manager and about how he was just a sorry blank, all right? He was sarcastic and he was a piece of you know what, said Brianna Smith, an employee at the restaurant. After a while, he started saying some racial slurs. You should have died whenever you crossed the river over here, he said. We should close the border and send you all back, he continued. Said restaurant manager Velasquez. After that, it kind of got out of hand. So I had to call the cops to try to get him out of here. His wife had come in here and got him out. So this fire chief decided to defend his comments. Let's put up the graphic we have. He decided to defend his comments, including a homophobic remark directed at a same-sex couple in an interview on local news. So to the same-sex couple, he said, I guarantee y'all didn't make no child. All right, he's just going around being his superlative self, obviously. I definitely am not a racist, he said. The fire chief who resigned from his position with the organization on Monday at about 4 p.m. He went on to say, I have multiple friends and family of different walks of life, choices, sexual preferences. There it is. That does it. The equivalent of I gave money to Colin Powell back a few years ago, okay? All right, there's more. This fire chief was caught on camera telling a same-sex couple, I guarantee y'all didn't make no child. He says his comments were misunderstood, all right, just misunderstood. I was trying to identify who is the mother, the chief said. 2 women cannot be the mother. That is not sexism. It's not homophobic. That's science. As for the racist comments, he says he'll take responsibility whether it be true or not. Oh, well, I wasn't homophobic. I'm just trying to ascertain a scientific dynamic. As far as racist, I just accept responsibility and say, I don't know if I did it or not. Now let's be clear, all right? I was adopted. My mother did not birth me, but that's my mama, all right? Okay, there's more. Tempers were flaring on both sides by multiple people, said the fire chief. I do not recall, but I'm not denying. I'm saying I'm sorry for anything said on my behalf, and I have no hard feelings for anything that was said on theirs. That is mighty white privilege of you, Mr. Fire Chief. Okay. When asked if he was remorseful for the comments, he said, of course. Not because of homophobic, not because of racism, but because of humanity, the fire chief said. I feel like, we're supposed to all get along regardless of background, sexual preference, ethnic backgrounds, whatever. I mean, he's a regular Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's insanity. Here's why it's important. It's important because this cat was in charge of saving lives that may not look like him. He was in charge of saving lives that may not share his, let's say, sexual orientation preference. He was in charge of saving lives that he is clearly biased against. He deserved exactly what he got to go. Now, I want to know who in the hell was the one person that said he needed to stay. I'm researching that. All right. He did resign from the town before they made an official decision. He saw the writing on the wall. Contract is over. They have decided to look for a new contract altogether. So everybody that was under his leadership, they're gone too. What's the moral of the story? It doesn't pay to have a boss as a racist. All right. Rayyvana, thoughts?
Yeah, I, as a member of the LGBTQ community, love the defense. I'm not homophobic. I know a gay person. I could not be homophobic. I'm related to somebody who's gay. Just don't think about the homophobic things I said. Forget about that, okay? Just think about the fact that I have a relative who's gay. It's just so silly, but I mean, also, gay people have biological children, and you don't have to have a child biologically for that to be your child, for you to be that child's parents. But like, it's clearly extremely ignorant to like pretend that two women cannot be the mother of a child. Like it's absurd, it's disgusting. But I think that one thing that's really telling about this is that he felt so comfortable doing this that he went out and defended himself. He was like, and I believe that he probably thinks he did nothing wrong. I believe that he probably thinks there was nothing inappropriate about that encounter, nothing homophobic or racist about that encounter, because that would require him thinking of himself as a bigot. And he's clearly not going to do that. It was disgusting, and he should be ashamed of himself. But he's only upset that he lost his job.
That's it, and that's what he was trying to defend in the worst way possible. It wasn't that he cared or was actually remorseful. He was trying to save that contract, unsuccessful.